What is going on, everyone? Back at you with another video on the X's and O's show. I'm Isaac.
And I'm Justin here.
We may be in the same clothes as another video. Recording 2 videos on one night.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We're trying to grind these videos out, really.
Yeah, we'll see what we do with the other video.
Trying to make them a little bit shorter here,
yeah.
too. But we'll see.
So this video right here is just gonna be strictly NFL.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking about doing more. Is just like strictly NFL videos, strictly NBA videos.
Yeah. So.
Kind of like we said, just trying to make them a little bit more shorter and a little bit more like easy to follow, kind of.
Yeah.
To pertain to that little bigger audience, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see how it works.
What we're gonna do today, we're gonna do our weekly pick-ems.
Yep.
And then
Thursday night game recap.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, so we'll start off real quick. Ertz got traded to the Cardinals.
Some news. Yeah, Ertz to the Cardinals for a 5th and a corner.
Yeah. I feel like this is just what we talked about last week with Stephon
of,
Gilmore. Those older players being super devalued.
Yeah.
And I feel like the trend just continues.
Yeah, probably, a pretty fair trade, I guess. I guess I could see Zach Ertz coming out and
it's not like the Eagles.
Pretty solid.
I don't think the Eagles were making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Even though they look good.
They didn't really utilize him too much the past few years. And then obviously Dallas Goedert coming up too.
Yeah, with Dallas being as good as they are, and then just all the teams they weren't winning their division, and they're not.
Right.
They didn't look like wild card contenders.
It was time to move on. We all kind of knew they've been pretty much talking about trading them for a while now.
Yeah. So Thursday night recap. We'll hit you with that. Both got that game in the bag.
Yeah.
A lot closer than we thought, but I feel like the Bucs did ease off a little bit.
Yeah, they did. And then obviously the Eagles, Jalen Hurts came in clutch with that rushing touchdown. Made it a close game there, but the Bucs were really just able to get downfield with a few Antonio Brown receptions and kill the clock really and win the game clean.
Yeah. So. Fournette, big game, 22 carries, 81 yards, 2 tutties. That I think he had 3 receptions too, which honestly.
Yeah, Fournette had a big game.
Honestly, killed me.
A few times.
Killed me watching it because I was going up against Leonard Fournette this week, and he did drop 30. Mm-hmm. And then Antonio Brown, who I was going up against Antonio Brown again. 9 receptions, 93 yards, a tutty. What's going on with Mike Evans? Is he?
I don't know, kind of just what we've seen kind of last year, I guess, too. Really, just have so many options there, and then Chris Godwin's obviously a factor too. When Gronk's a bigger factor too.
Oh yeah.
And then we've really just seen the resurgence of Antonio Brown, I guess.
Yeah.
And just getting way more involved, like 13 targets on Thursday. So
yeah, we're looking at it right now. Game. Fournette didn't even have 3 targets, like I said. I was just guessing. He had 6.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you do with it? O.J. Howard had 6 with 49 really. Yards. Yeah.
It's kind of what you expect to, like with a Tom Brady-led team. This Buccaneers offense obviously has a lot of weapons, but I liked what we've seen out of Jalen Hurts. Was expecting a bigger game out of Devonta Smith. Really flopped. But Hurts was, showing out, I guess. Did have 1 interception, but was finding the end zone a lot. And
Miles Sanders didn't
Miles Sanders, they need to give him the ball.
Yeah, I was about to say
2 electric runs.
Too bad.
He didn't not look bad at all. Just not getting carries. They don't utilize him enough. This is a guy that...
I'm looking at Jalen Hurts got 10 carries himself. Miles Sanders has 9. It's not like Jalen Hurts is a Lamar Jackson.
Right.
He likes to run the ball like Lamar. He is not built like Lamar, and that is the biggest problem.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts can definitely rush the ball a lot, though. But Miles Sanders being severely underutilized. This is a guy that's literally like a top 15 talent in the league, and he's just not being utilized.
If you're not using Miles Sanders, you Kenneth Gainwell, and they are not using him.
Yeah, they're just not using
backs in general.
Well, or it's just
I don't know what it is.
Kind of the tail of their season.
I do not know what it is. So we'll go through our weekly pick-ems. I think that's some good games this week. I haven't really looked into it.
We have another game in London here at 9:30. We'll start with that one.
It's
Dolphins and Jaguars.
I was just about to say, it's kind of not the best teams again. Yeah. And those poor London fans aren't getting like Tom Brady's and stuff.
Yeah, kind of a toss-up, I feel like, too.
I think Tua is coming back for this game.
I think he might. Yeah, I heard that he may. But yeah, it is a 9:30 game, so pretty early.
Those London fans aren't getting like Tom Brady's or nothing. They're getting the bottom teams and the Jags, Dolphins, Jets, and Falcons.
Exactly, yeah. They're throwing up.
Tom Brady's like, I'm not going to London. Not messing up with my schedule.
Who do you got for this one? Because I'm going to go with the Jaguars on this one.
I don't know. I'm a little bit Dolphins biased for some reason. The thing with the Jags is the running game is getting better. They are using James Robinson.
That's honestly why
I do not going.
Puts them over the edge.
I do not know what's going on with their passing game. They are underutilizing Marvin Jones.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence just kind of looked stagnant, really.
Yeah.
Kind of what you expect out of.
I think I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. It may be something I have with the Dolphins. I know I'm a little bit of a Tua lover, even though he hasn't been that good. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Dolphins on this one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jags. I don't know. I just feel like it's really just a toss-up. Two teams that really just have looked pretty bad this season.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, nothing. It may be one of those interesting games that that aren't really interesting.
That could end up kind of being a little bit interesting, really.
Yeah. Next game we got Vikings versus Panthers. This is going to be a great run game if Dalvin Cook and CMC play.
McCaffrey's out, actually.
Is he?
Yeah, they actually ruled McCaffrey out today at like 2 o'clock or something. So, I mean, McCaffrey's out, but they do still have Chuba Hubbard there. And then Dalvin Cook, I think, is expected to play.
Yeah, but Madison is a great replacement. Yeah, he's not Cook, but he is doing great things out there.
Yeah, he's definitely solid for sure. But
he's looking better than Chua as a replacement for CMC, but
yeah, probably. But I mean,
this is an interesting game because both quarterbacks were super good going in, super good before last game. Yeah, Sam Darnold really underperformed.
Kind of cooled down as the season's gone on. Mm-hmm. Two teams that don't have the greatest defenses. I feel like the Panthers.
Yeah, we see
had that edge.
We'll see if Gilmore gets more some snaps this week. But
I'm gonna go with the Vikings on this one. I just feel like the Vikings receivers, Justin Jefferson, can have a nice game against the Panthers. And with CMC out, I don't know. I just don't know if the Panthers really have that spark to beat the Vikings.
Having some PTSD from last week with CMC out.
I mean, Chuba put up 20 for 18 for me with no touchdowns. I mean, he's been solid, but
I'm going with the Vikings too. Something tells me about that running game with Madison isn't as deep as a fall off. I really didn't like what I saw from Sam Darnold last week. Even though I didn't like what I saw from Kirk Cousins, I like Kirk Cousins better.
Yeah, and then obviously Justin Jefferson.
Adam Thielen, if he can
hasn't looked great.
If he can get going early.
Yeah.
Even KJ, he started off the season strong and hasn't been doing much. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go with the Vikings here.
Chargers and Ravens next. Gonna be another great game. Oh, this is a huge toss-up here.
Okay, so this is what's going through my head right now. This is what's going through my head. Initial thought is the Ravens, just because I think their offense will overpower the Chargers' defense. And then my other thought is Herbert is literally a top 5 MVP candidate. So is Lamar. But something about Herbert, maybe it's him being on my fantasy team that I want him.
Right.
And maybe it's because this is actually crazy because I have Herbert and I am going up against Lamar Jackson.
Oh, right.
Which is kind of like grinding my gears a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll say it. I'm going to go with the Chargers on this one.
I think I'm going to go with the Chargers.
I just think that the Chargers, have a good enough defense, and then obviously their offense has been very electric.
Yeah.
And Mike Williams way more involved. Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler's looked amazing.
Yeah, true. Like mean, they did put up, 48 last week?
Yeah.
47?
Yeah, they in a shootout versus the Browns. I mean,
if they could shoot out 47, I think they could shoot out 47 versus the Ravens.
This could definitely be, another big time shootout here versus the Ravens. But I don't know. I kind of got a feeling about the Chargers. I really like them this year. I like what I've seen out of Herbert, so I'll go with them.
Rams versus Giants, 1:00 game. I think this is going to be the Rams game to lose, if anything.
Yeah, definitely. I got the Rams on this one.
I do too.
I think that Daniel Jones actually might play.
That would be amazing.
Coming off concussion protocol.
Kind of early.
But definitely early. I thought that he was supposed to play.
This is a game I want to watch just due to fantasy reasons.
Yeah.
I got Kupp, I got Henderson, I got Booker for the Giants playing.
Devonta Booker stepping in for Saquon Barkley there, obviously.
Yeah. I'm hoping he can take on a little bit of that receiving role.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I think Galladay is going to be out.
Yeah, I
don't know about Shepard's status too much.
Yeah, I think that Stafford can have a field day against this Giants defense.
Oh yeah.
So we talked about it before that the Giants always do have like that underrated defense. But I don't know. I just feel like Stafford hasn't had the greatest few games these past few weeks, so he has a bounce back week and just kind of goes crazy and gets his stuff against the Giants here.
This would be a good game right here to start. I believe Sony Michel in fantasy, just because.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I do think they will be running the clock out later in the game, so he will be getting those 3-4 yard carries. He's gonna get his normal play in there with Henderson.
Yeah, then obviously Henderson's there too.
Yeah, so this is a shootout of the 1 and 4s. Did you see what the Colts posted?
No,
they're like,
I don't think I did.
they posted on TikTok, who we playing this week? And they're like the Texans, and they're like, psh, and they like punch David Mills in the face or something. I'm like, it was something. I was like, and then all the comments are like, no, you're 1 and 4 too.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
even so, I think I got the Colts on this one.
I think I do too. But what I saw last week versus the Ravens.
Yeah,
and we were watching the game, and the Colts were up big.
Yeah, you can't give that game away to the Ravens there.
And then you got David Mills.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't really believe in the Texans that much.
I don't either.
I don't see him getting it done really. Obviously, like you're saying,
you have to pick the Colts.
Davis Mills is there, and then really Wentz hasn't looked terrible this year. If anything, he's looked.
He's had a little injury this year.
But
I think once they get T.Y. Hilton back, which I do think is next week, they're keeping T.Y. Hilton like in the dark because they do have
and then Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman's been solid this year. Kind of allergic to the end zone, but he's been solid. He's
getting his touches out there.
He's been a nice, first, second option for Wentz out there. So yeah, I'll take the Colts on.
Yeah, I think Jonathan Taylor has a field day.
Oh yeah, I think that Jonathan Taylor can definitely have huge game versus that Texans defense.
Yes. Next game, Chiefs versus Washington. I have the Chiefs winning this. If the Chiefs do lose, I do believe it is time to hit the emergency panic button.
It's probably time to hit the panic button if the Chiefs lose this one. Yeah, should not drop this one to Washington. The Chiefs defense obviously has been looking horrendous, but
Washington's offense hasn't even looked
exactly.
Chiefs
defense should take them, or Chiefs offense, should take them over the edge for this one. Obviously Washington's defense taking a big step down. Losing guys, just losing corners like Ronald Darby, and just losing pieces there obviously. And then offense hasn't been too great. Lost Fitzmagic earlier in the year.
Yeah, Fitzmagic.
Right, exactly. It wasn't going to be, a huge, step above Heineke, but it's like still that. And then
it was weird they signed him too because they give Heineke that contract.
Yeah, right.
After that playoff.
Yeah, and then him and Heineke are kind of, on par. I feel like Heineke brings more of that rushing, capability or whatever. But
will be a field day for Terry McLaurin and Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, probably will. Yeah.
So.
But I got the Chiefs. We both got the Chiefs on this one.
Bears versus Packers. I think Justin Fields gets absolutely exposed. I had the Bears winning last week versus the Raiders, and they won. Yeah. I was actually kind of
Justin Fields really just.
I think he will get exposed this week.
They're just not really giving him the keys of this offense yet. They seem scared to
throw
push him out there and really just throw him into the fire. But I see the Packers taking this one.
Yeah, Damian Williams is on COVID reserve. I still believe he still is. He needs 2 negative tests before
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he still is.
I don't think.
Pick up Khalil Herbert in your fantasy leagues, like I did.
I had
it. A solid pickup versus Packers defense.
I have Williams on my team, and he went out, and I went to go pick up Herbert. I went to go drop Alex Collins for Herbert, and I hit the button, and it said error, and I get the notification that he picked him up. I was like,
That's just how it is sometimes. Hey, Rodrigo Blankenship went off for me, man. That's so tough. Had to put him on the IR. Had to drop Rashad Bateman for him, bro.
I know. I was kind of
dropping Hot Rod.
I was kind of looking up Rashad Bateman. I'm like,
yeah.
T.Y. Hill might be back. Alex Collins might get dropped.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yeah, honestly, might be a solid pickup. Look for Rashad Bateman, or
what's with everyone?
Khalil Herbert in your leagues.
What's with everyone going on questionable? Like, did you get Wednesday, Thursday? Yeah. Everyone went on questionable.
Yeah, that was weird.
I had like
for the Yahoo app. If you guys.
Yeah, I had like DK, Williams, Terry. I think went on questionable.
Yeah. So we both had the Packers, right?
Yeah, we both think Herbert's getting exposed.
And then next game here is Bengals versus Lions.
You're gonna be at that game?
I don't know. I will be at that game. Yes, I was gonna say. I will be at that game. Catch me with the arrow.
I'm thinking about buying
when they kick the field goal or extra point.
I'm thinking about buying the $38 bleacher seats just to go.
Really?
I'm thinking about it.
Maybe, man.
Just to be up there. I've been getting the SeatGeek notifications, so
it's Friday today, so I have to make a move on that.
I might. See who else goes with me.
But Bengals, Lions, I don't know.
Jamar Chase is looking so good.
Yeah, he really is looking very good. He's looking great with Joe Burrow, too, obviously, there.
Joe Burrow, I'm liking Joe Burrow.
That connection is looking like it never, came to a halt with that one season. Yeah. But I don't know. I just really want the Lions to get their first dub, bro, and I just feel like that they can. I think that they can, but it's just so tough.
I don't know. I'm just trying to look at it. I wonder. Let me see who they got as the favorites.
Most likely have the Bengals. I'm thinking, just because I don't know, the Lions just might not be able to get
they
too
lost
much done.
Frank Ragnow for the season due to toe surgery.
Yeah, that's really tough. And then
that's gonna be really tough.
Obviously, Akuda's out. Terrell Williams is still out.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're pretty much riddled with injuries. I'll go with the Bengals on this one. It's so tough for me to say because I really want the Lions.
Because the Bengals, it's going to be a good game, but it's just going to be tough. Yeah.
You going with Bengals too?
I got to.
I just kind of see, Joe Mixon having a pretty good game, and then I don't know, Joe Burrow probably having a pretty good game too, along with Jamar Chase. Maybe some of those options like Tyler Boyd or those guys.
Next game we got Cardinals versus Browns. Do you see the Cardinals losing anytime soon?
Really? I mean, I feel like that they can lose this game if I'm honest with you. But Nick Chubb is out, which is a pretty big loss.
Yes, I did see that.
Obviously, Kareem Hunt going to be getting a chunk of those carries. If you have Kareem Hunt, must start this week, obviously.
RB1.
Yeah, definitely. RB 1000. That's even. He'll be getting
receptions.
A chunk of carries. Hopefully, I'm not eating my words on that. But.
You trade OBJ yet?
No, I haven't. I mean, I'm wanting to. I don't know if I'm getting the value if I trade him for Damian Harris.
I'll talk about my trade later.
But Cardinals versus Browns, I mean, I don't know, it's tough.
They Browns went in a shootout last week. Cardinals didn't play very good last week against the 49ers. I
agree with that. Cardinals really didn't play that well.
First 4 or 5 games.
Kind of, struggled with getting the running backs involved last game, the Cardinals, and then obviously Browns coming off that big game. Big loss versus the Chargers.
Even with Hunt,
they're going to be hungry.
Even with Hunt starting, I think he's still going to be really, really good.
Yeah, I feel
it's that, but they ran that double RB split. Does Baker Mayfield kind of get exposed with OBJ, or what kind of goes on
I feel like that they use their third running back a little bit more. I'm going to be honest, I don't know the dude's name.
How could you when you got
you got
those two
and Kareem Hunt.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna go with the Browns one in this one. I feel like I just think it's really tough for the Browns to lose. 2 big games in a row like this, and it's tough for the Cardinals to go undefeated like this long into the season.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue with the Cardinals. They're winning this game.
All right, so we're split on this one. I'm going with Browns. He's going with Cardinals. So that's the game we watch there.
Cowboys versus Patriots. I mean, Cowboys offense is still looking
they're rolling for sure.
Good.
And then Trayvon Diggs is obviously looking very, very, very good. I don't know. I mean, Cowboys defense can maybe get exposed here. Maybe. If Bill really puts something together with Mac Jones.
You better put something magical together, because if you're locking down Lamb, Cooper's going to be open.
Yeah, right.
If you're locking down both of them, Schultz is going to be open. You're
obviously
dedicated
the Patriots still have J.C. Jackson there, right? So, but
I think I got to go with the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cowboys on this one, too. Offense is just too overpowered.
Yeah.
It's too overwhelming. Dak's making big moves. So is Zeke, obviously, and they got way too many weapons out there.
Next, we have Broncos Raiders. Raiders situation.
Interesting game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going with the Broncos just because of their momentum. Raiders have no momentum with them.
Yeah, I feel that. If anything, they have backwards momentum just with everything going on.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll go with the Broncos on this one too. Just because I do feel like the Raiders, like we mentioned before, are kind of pretenders, and they really started off way too hot and just are kind of coming back down to earth. And I feel like that Broncos defense really shows out. And
Drew Lock.
gets them a dub.
Drew Lock is starting this game, isn't he? Or is it going to be?
I honestly don't know. I think that he is, but Bridgewater may be back for his concussion.
I don't know. I'm not seeing too much. I'm not seeing like that definitive answer.
Yeah, right.
Usually it'll be like Teddy Bridgewater is back from concussion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just seeing Drew Lock is ready if Teddy's not ready.
Yeah, it's probably something like that. It's probably Teddy over Drew Lock, I think, just because they went on and traded for Teddy. I just mean on their depth chart, kind of.
This leads me to my next question about the Cowboys and the Broncos. I have both their defense. Who are you starting this game? I have right now the Broncos starting.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I have no idea what to do.
You're kind of like banking on like a Diggs interception, kind of, or like something like that.
The thing is, the Cowboys always. So, start of the season, Broncos were amazing. I mean, that 3-0 stretch they had. Cowboys have always been kind of steady around 7. I mean, last 2 weeks, Broncos I think gave me 3.
Yeah, the Raiders' offense is really nothing to shy about, though. Really, I mean, they still got Waller, and they got guys like Ruggs and Renfro, Jacobs. What I mean.
I think sticking with the Broncos, but I don't know. Next game, this is our late night game. Seahawks versus
Steelers.
This game, I think this is a must-watch game due to the fact that Russell Wilson is not starting.
Yeah, Geno Smith will be in there. So it'll be interesting to see, what the Seahawks really do. Obviously, Chris Carson is out too with his neck injury. Yeah. So I'm like 99% sure that he is, because I'm pretty sure he had him. If it wasn't severe.
He is going on
IR. Yes, that's what it was.
Now I got even a bigger question when it comes down to it.
Alex Collins and everything. But I'm gonna go with the Steelers on this one, just because Russell Wilson is out.
With Juju out.
Yeah, with Juju out, I think that
T.J. Watt beast.
I think that T.J. Watt can have a field day versus Steelers off that weak offensive line that they have, and then the Seahawks defense really just is never ever too good. I mean, let's be honest. And then obviously Russell Wilson being out is huge. Same thing with Chris Carson. I mean, you're starting running back and you're starting quarterback. That's tough. I don't care if you got DK Metcalf or not. So that's just kind of how I feel about it. I know Big Ben hasn't been playing the greatest, but I feel like Najee Harris has a field day versus Seahawks defense, and
I can see that.
The edge versus Seahawks.
But it's hard.
It is tough.
It's like Big Ben starting, and my thing all year is Big Ben is not really a starting quarterback. And then Geno Smith is not, and then Geno Smith is definitely not a starting quarterback. And then Chris Carson out is huge.
I have to just flip a coin for this one. Honestly.
I ain't even got a coin on me, or I would.
I was gonna say.
I think I'm gonna say the Seahawks.
Seahawks. Okay.
I think they run the ball.
Splitting on this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is 50-50. I mean, this is a shot in the dark. But I'm sticking with the Seahawks.
Okay. Next game here, Monday night game, primetime game. Bills and Titans. Titans obviously not looking as good as previous years. The defense taking a big step down. But I mean, obviously
the Titans' run game is.
Yeah, Titans, right? Derrick Henry.
This is gonna be hard to get AJ Brown and Julio back into the game.
I think that Julio might play.
I think he does play.
And then AJ Brown is playing. And then obviously Derrick Henry is just a man amongst boys out there. He's a linebacker playing running back.
Is it time to call Derrick Henry the number one, the best running back in the league?
He probably is.
Just because McCaffrey's injured.
Yeah, just because McCaffrey was injured last year too.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously guys like Alvin Kamara are like up there too, but he just really hasn't been having as good as a season as Derrick Henry did this year or last year. But I am going to go with the Bills on this one. I just feel like they're a top team in the league. They're probably the best defense in the league right now.
Yeah.
And their offense is a top 5 offense in the league too.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they're up there.
This is what I kind of saw someone post, and I thought it was kind of interesting. The Bills' schedule kind of favors them to be where they are. Week 1, they lost to the Steelers. Steelers haven't been very good. They blow out the Dolphins 35-0. Dolphins are nothing special. They blew out the Washington football team 43-21. We thought that Washington defense was going to be good, and now it's not looking good.
Thought that they were at least going to be better than they were, for sure.
They destroyed the Texans 40-0. I mean, it's the Texans. And then they beat the Chiefs 38-20. We see the Chiefs on. What do you take as that? I mean, I think all of these teams are under 500 right now.
I mean, really, you got teams like Washington, the Chiefs. The Steelers are always a team that's kind of solid. So, I mean, I'm definitely believers in the Bills for sure.
Yeah, I'm believers.
The defense has, lights out, obviously, shutting out the Texans. And then they shut out the Dolphins, too, right? So,
I mean, shutting out in football is still super hard.
Yeah, that's
but I'm just looking at their schedule, and it's looking super easy. You got the Bills versus the Titans, then the Bills versus the Dolphins again, versus the Jags, versus the Jets, versus the Colts.
Probably 5 straight dubs.
Easily.
Here for the Bills. I mean.
And then you run into a little trouble with the Saints, the Patriots, the Bucks.
Yeah, I really didn't realize that too much, I guess, but. I mean, I'm still going to take.
I'm still taking the Bills.
Take them over the Titans, though.
This leads me to my next question in fantasy. I traded Gaskin and Hunter Renfrow for Julio Jones. Kind of taking a flyer. Now coming out with Chris Carson on IR. Who do I start at my flex? Do I start Julio or do I start Collins? Or do I start Booker?
Probably Julio, because I really don't like Alex Collins versus this Pittsburgh defense is very solid. I don't know.
It's just hard. I'm looking.
Receiving work.
He's got 10 rushes for 44 yards, 15 rushes for 47 yards.
Yeah, I think you probably play Julio and just kind of roll with it.
It's just hard. Julio coming off injury and going up against the Bills, and Ryan Tannehill not looking good.
Yeah, he's going up against the Bills too. That is tough.
If you start Julio, do you start Booker or do you start Collins? Booker versus the Rams, Collins versus Pittsburgh.
Booker for sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's who I got right now.
Collins just has a tough matchup, I feel like, too.
You don't think Booker has a tough matchup against the Rams?
Not as much, I don't think. I don't know. I think he has more,
receiving potential?
I think he has just
This is full PPR,
I think he has more, potential in general, too, because, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just not too sure on either, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that basically wraps up.
I mean, it's probably going to wrap it up.
Yeah, this wraps up this video. Just trying to keep it a little shorter.
Yeah, we did a week 6 pick-ems here. Did the primetime game, too, the Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just a little bit shorter video today. Just kind of keeping it, a little bit easier to follow or whatever. We're gonna be trying to do that more, like we said.
Yeah, we're gonna try to keep them split.
And then,
people can choose what they want to watch and everything. So
exactly, and then we are gonna try and come out with our NBA award predictions.
That video ran a lot longer than we thought it would.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it ran a lot longer than we thought. Like Isaac said, so I mean.
We don't know if we want to
redo
it and make it shorter, or we'll see. It should be coming out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really,
sometime.
we'll see.
It's definitely coming out. It's just when or how it's gonna come out.
Right, we got a little bit of time too, so
yeah,
really we'll see. But yeah, it's gonna wrap up this video, and then we'll be back soon here.
Yeah, for sure.
So, if you guys tuned in, thank you guys so much. It really does mean a lot. So stay tuned for more because we're gonna be grinding out.
For sure.
So.
Peace.
Yep.